Hello, I'm MJ Fite with today's thought. Today's thought is your world. When we talk about your world, it's simply what goes on in your life each and every day. We all have our own worlds that we have to live and things that we experience. Some things we experience the same, and there are some things that are just a little bit differently. The air we breathe might be the same, but things that go on in our airspace is particularly different for us, kind of like the planets. The air in Earth is obviously different than the air in Mars. It just works a little differently. So when we talk about your world, it's everything that goes on in your life, everything that you do in your life that's unique to you and what's around you. Continue to work on and perfect what's going on in your world. A lot of times when we focus on what goes on in other people's world, we take away from the time that we have to work on our own worlds. We kind of neglect it a little bit, trying to help focus on other people's worlds, and we come to find out that we might find ourselves lacking if we don't give our own space the time and attention that it deserves. You'll find that some of the most successful people in the world take the time, take the energy and effort to affect what's going on in their world. And you don't see them complaining or whining about, what other people think, because they put that time and effort into their world. So you can learn from them by taking that same energy and effort and develop your world so that it becomes, especially in your life, what you want it to be. The key to this principle is hard work. Are you willing to put in the hard work to make your world the best that it can be? That's for you to decide. When we talk about your world, it's simply everything that goes on in your life and in your space. We all have various things that go on in our individual lives and in our individual spaces. It's important that we take the time, the patience, the energy, and effort to develop our world into something that we can appreciate. Now, I'm not just talking about just planet Earth, but I'm talking about just our spaces that we have in our lives. Because we all have different things that are going on, and you'll find that if you give your world, things that are going on in your life, the time and the attention, you'll find out that your world in your own personal space will be that much more than, say, someone who doesn't spend the time and energy effort into their own world. A lot of times that can make or break those who are successful versus those who aren't so successful. They look at those who are successful and say, well, they're always seem like they're getting lucky and they're doing this and that. But that's because they take the time to develop their world. Whereas you may look and say, well, I coulda, I shoulda, and you're probably right. You should probably take that same energy and effort. They just did it and you didn't. But you can learn from them to take that energy and effort and develop your world so that you don't find yourself saying, well, I can't stand them. We should learn from them instead of saying we can't stand them. Remember, your world is only as good as you make it. The more energy, time, and effort you put into it, the better the world will be. I'm MJ Fite with today's thought. And remember, a thought can take you in many different directions, but it's you that determines that direction. Have a good day.